Wake Up Nigeria. Now, life comes with its ups and downs, and there has to be a way to get back on one's feet when the downs come. Victoria Praise Abraham is here. She's here to give us tips on bouncing back from a fall. Welcome back to the show, ma'am.
How are you there?
You look amazing as always.
You too.
All right, so this issue of a fall. So I think a lot of people have different versions of what a fall could mean.
Okay.
You know, so what different types of fall are we talking about now?
Okay, you can fall into a ditch.
Okay.
I mean, literally.
Okay, literally
fall into
down.
a ditch.
Yeah.
So that's on that level. You can fall into a temptation.
Okay.
You know, you can fall into trouble. And there are all kinds of troubles, you know, financial troubles, marital troubles, you know, all kinds of troubles. You can be set up. You know, set up to fall. You know, maybe by a friend that betrays you, or a work colleague, you know, that maybe is envious of you and wants you in a ditch. You know, so there are all kinds of falls. You know, so it depends on the particular situation that you find yourself per time.
Okay, so I'm thinking we should focus on the type of fall. Financial falls,
yes,
and then of course possibly falling into temptation,
yes.
You know, so when it comes to financial fall, a lot of people go through that. A lot of people have maybe made mistakes, yes, with their investments, or you know, just miscalculated or calculated poorly. So how do you climb out of a financial fall?
Well, the first thing you need to realize is that you need to note that the fall is not the end of the world. Okay. No matter how terrible that particular situation is, you need to let yourself know that it's not fatal.
Okay.
You understand? It's not fatal. And that you need to be grateful that where you are could have been worse. You know, so you need to, because the Bible says, in all things, give thanks. So even in your fall, you need to take a moment to be thankful that it's not fatal and it's not the end of the world.
So basically, once there's life,
there's hope for a better tomorrow. So you need to also embrace hope, you know, in whatever situation you're going through. And back to your question of if a fall in a financial situation, you need to take stock of where you are presently. How did you get into that financial mess? And determine in your mind that you're going to get out of the financial mess, no matter how difficult it is.
I like the idea of, you know, taking stock of where you are.
Yes.
The fact that some people got into a particular mess, some people say they don't even know how it happened. That's the first thing they say.
Yes.
But there has to be a way to find out how it happened.
You need to be able to pause and actually ask yourself, how did I get into this mess? Because if you can situate that, then you can work out of the mess. You know, so that's the first step after you've given thanks for whatever the situation you've been in. And just generally, whether it's a financial situation, a marital situation, you need a strong support system, you know, to help you climb out of the ditch.
So support systems, especially at home here in Nigeria, sometimes it can be shaky. You know, especially when it comes to finances. It's hard to rely on, you know, people that have probably previously even been relying on you, you know. So it's delicate.
Yes, but you still need some form of support. It could be a counselor, it could be a spiritual mentor, you know, it could just be looking up to God, you know, for direction, for guidance, just to be able to get out of your fall. The next thing that you need to do, especially if it's a financial situation, is ask yourself, what else can you do to earn extra income?
Okay.
You need to diversify your portfolio. You know, obviously look at your financial state and say to yourself, maybe I can earn an income doing this. You might need to retrain, for instance, you know, and go back to school or take a short course to learn a new skill so that you can start to earn income from different streams of income, not just relying on one income. That's the problem with a lot of entrepreneurs.
No, it's interesting. We should go down the entrepreneurial route because a lot of people have made business decisions that were probably not guided. So I read somewhere that it's because they didn't do enough research.
Yes.
So would you advise people, you know, read some particular books or do something like that?
It's important to know your onions. And that means that you need to take out time to do proper research. You need to take out time to read books widely in your field. You need to do research. I mean, the beautiful thing today is that we have Google. You know, I'm sorry if that's not,
go ahead,
you know,
go ahead.
but we have Google. So you can literally go online and check about people that have done what you're trying to do before.
Or have been in a similar situation.
Or have been in a similar situation as you and see how they got out. So there are books, there are research papers, you know, you can get expert advice if you can afford to pay a token, you know. So all that is important.
All right. So now climbing out of the fall is one thing.
Yes.
But staying out of it is another. You know, some people steadily try to climb out of a situation, but then might even see themselves almost crawling back into it again.
The best way to avoid that kind of a situation is to learn the lessons of the fall.
Okay.
You need to sit down and say, how did I get into this? What can I learn from this particular situation? You know, was it a wrong decision? Was it wrong timing? Was it a wrong relationship? Was it a mix of all of this? So when you've been able to, you know, track the way, what exactly took place, then you learn from your mistakes. Because if you can't learn, you can't live. To be able to live in life, you really need to learn lessons daily. For instance, if it's a matter of betrayal, you know, then you need to watch that particular relationship and try and do better next time.
I have to say a big thank you to you, Victoria Praise Abraham, author of some amazing books as well. I didn't mention that earlier. All motivational books, I have to say.
Yes.
And she's been here talking to us about climbing out after a fall. It's really, really great that you're here, and we'll hopefully see you very soon.
Hopefully. Thank you so much.
Now, I know that Mary has been on standby in the